Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in. Today we're going to be talking to you about the Nokia 7.1. This is a 20,000 rupee phone which for the first time ever in this price segment brings an HDR10 display. So other than that, what else is good about this phone? What else is bad? Is it worth the money? We have the answers to all your burning questions. Now first up, let's just begin with essentially what the phone does good and where it fails. The camera on the Nokia 7.1 is actually splendid. Remember, this is the same company that made the Lumia 1020, so they obviously know how to make good cameras. The 7.1's imaging performance was actually pretty impressive with sharp images and great colors. Now, moving from the camera onto the performance. The performance of the 7.1 left a lot to be desired, to be honest. Despite running stock Android, this is actually running Android 9.0, the benchmark numbers on the Nokia 7.1 were lower than other smartphones which also run the same Snapdragon 636 processor. This could be in part due to the fact that the Nokia is running only 4GB of RAM, whereas other phones like the Redmi Note 6 Pro has a 6GB RAM variant. Gaming was a little problematic with plenty of stutter and of course less than stellar visuals. One really cool thing about the Nokia 7.1 is its design. You pull it out of the box and almost feels like you're looking at a far more expensive smartphone than what this phone is actually priced at. It's got a glass sandwich design, beautifully made, very minimal, and the edges of the metal frame, they're silver colored and chamfered. So it feels like a very elegant phone, which honestly is just beautiful to look at. There's one downside though. Since this is all glass and this is Gorilla Glass 3, means that it is not as resilient to drops as you would expect a modern day smartphone to be. That's alright because most phones in this price bracket use Gorilla Glass 3. What really hurts, however, is the fact that Nokia does not bundle a TPU case in the box. And this is a practice that almost every manufacturer now follows by default, whether their phone is made of glass or plastic or metal. You'll find a TPU case in the box. And the reason this is such a bad thing is because during the course of our review, we actually, unfortunately, I ended up dropping the Nokia 7.1 and not from a great height either, and the back cracked. One small fall and it cracked. And I know for a fact that had it been in a case, it would not have cracked at all. Typically, whenever we get a phone in for review, the first thing we do is put it in a case. So you can see there's the iPhone in a case, there's a Note 9 in a case, and every review device that we have will typically always be in a case because glass is easy to break. And given the fact that Nokia uses Gorilla Glass 3 and still doesn't bundle a TPU case in the box is somewhat disappointing. So if you're going to buy this phone, make sure you buy a case along with it. That's how you protect your investment. Now let's talk about the display. The display is the real highlight of this phone. It's an IPS LCD panel which is capable of HDR10 color and brightness reproduction. Netflix hasn't yet enabled HDR streaming to the Nokia 7.1, but hopefully they will in the near future. But that aside, you can always stream HDR content from YouTube. If in case you have access to video files which are also in HDR, you could load them up onto the phone and view them as well. The display leaves very little room for complaint, to be honest. It's bright enough to be used outdoors. The colors are beautiful. The only downside to this display is that it's slightly on the cooler side and there is no option to tweak the white balance in settings. Now last, let's talk about the battery. The Nokia has a 3060 mAh battery. It supports fast charging and it's barely just giving about a day of use. While in PC market did give us about 8 hours and 10 minutes of runtime, the day-to-day usage was just about a day. If you are a judicious user, but by that I mean if you don't take a lot of videos and if you don't watch a lot of content on your phone and use it mostly just to communicate, browse social network, or let's say just send and receive a lot of emails, you'll easily get a day, no problem there. But you throw in a little bit of gaming, you throw in a little bit of entertainment, and maybe even if you stream music over Bluetooth, you're going to see the battery life take a hit and it'll come down to just about a day. It wouldn't hurt to have a spare charger in the bag or maybe a battery pack to make sure that this phone never runs out on you. So that's a review of the Nokia 7.1. It's a brilliant device for people who want to take great photos and are looking for a phone under 20,000 rupees. It's a great device for people who want a display that is absolutely gorgeous to view any kind of content on, be it photos or videos. But if you're somebody who's looking for pure performance, you may want to spend your money on another device, like for example the Redmi Note 6 Pro or even the Poco F1, which comes with the Snapdragon 845. So it'll really come down to exactly what it is you want out of a phone. Unfortunately, the Nokia 7.1 is not an all-round performer, but it has its strong points, which is the display and the camera. So thank you guys for watching this video. In case you liked it, you know what to do, which is of course share it with your friends, maybe like the video, and of course don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thanks.
For the latest technology updates, subscribe to Digit.in and don't forget to hit the bell icon.